Okay, pig.
He's no longer wearing his demonic grin. Something happened. The punch made him calmer.
Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything.
He declares with pride. Yeah, I guess it's unsurprising that he has an unhealthy home life.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eyes are alive, jumping from actor to actor.
Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want?
A 3% chance. That's a white check, so I can retry it. You know what? After that punch landing, I feel like I'm going to win every roll.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him.
Fuck.
He could be useful.
I think that was a mistake. Now he's not going to be as receptive on the other questions. Kuno, listen, I know this boundary pushing thing is new to you, but it's old news for us grown-ups.
Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. Kuno knows how hard Kuno pushes it. Kuno pushes it hard level. You should give up, Popo, or the Kun will keep fucking it out of you.
Do you need another smack?
You okay, Kuno?
She looks worried. The Kun has her confused.
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
Jesus. Alright, I might have smacked him a little bit too hard. He is on something, though. Either like cocaine or speed or something. So that's probably a factor, but nonetheless, I did just smack the shit out of him. So you respect me now?
You're dreaming, pig. That's not how this shit works.
A little. But don't expect anything to change.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno. Fuck his fat ass.
Alright, I'm leaving.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Sounded like he was holding back a tear with that one. Alright, well, I didn't really gain much from that, but I did smack the shit out of him. That was very amusing.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant, workers' boot tracks.
Noted.
I'm gonna get an exact count. Oh god.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now.
Oh no.
You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
I wish I was fucking dead. Fuck you, fuck you.
He watches you melt down stoically from behind the lenses of his glasses. Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Mac Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, "Whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all."
Damn. You know, I'm tempted to start a new game, but for the sake of the video, I'll go with the autosave. If I restart again, I'm never gonna beat this fucking game, so no, we're in this bitch. I'm gonna skip through this real quick. I think I got experience from this, so...
You see, must have been enough.
Let's just completely disregard Kuno this time. Let's go right for the body. I'm not gonna fucking look at the footprints either. That killed me. I think that's what happened there. It damaged my morale, and I only have like one, and I have no drugs to take to buff that out. So that was essentially what dying is in this game, what failure is. So at least you get like a little dialogue at the end. That was actually kind of interesting. So all right, let's get this fella down.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
I'm just gonna leave. No, I'm fine. The kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. What's this over here? Ah, here we go. Magnesium. To think it was right there. That's a shame. Alright, let's do this again then. What is it? The ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man.
There are several footprints in the mud.
Alright, yeah, I heard
left
that.
by
Let's get an exact
workers.
count this time.
Anywhere from 6 to 12, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43.
How the fuck can you tell all this?
4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them.
Alright, we'll count more then.
5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, aren't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41 shoe.
A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
Heavy one. 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker, carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Yeah, you're probably right. One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Hello, Bubsy. You're thinking, why do they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe he refused to walk to his own lynching.
You have a point there. Anyway, it's something to consider. What else can you see?
It's an aberration. One soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
That's... maybe.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Yeah.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent.
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
Go away, Bubsy. You have food in your bowl. There's no reason for you to be harassing me during Disco Elysium time. I gave you some pats as well. How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
Yeah, I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here.
The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Alright, let's throw up in front of Kuno.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Jesus. Oh.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Ugh, fucking corpse.
Keep it.
Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
I don't need that shit.
Sure you do. You just threw up a lot.
You think it would help?
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
But not you?
I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
Alright, but where do we get the ammonia from?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell.
He nods toward the plaza.
If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fruit store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Alright, I don't feel like talking to Kuno.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.